All right, welcome to this example here where we're going to be taking a look at how we can use a normal distribution curve in order to solve questions based on percentages of data and how much is going to be in each grouping. So the question that we have here is, I'll just read it out. Hector is a dairy farmer and has 150 cows. The ages of the cows are normally distributed with a mean of 4.5 years and a standard deviation of 1.5 years. The first question is, what percentage of the cows are older than 6 years old? Now, how we're going to solve this is we have to start with drawing a normal distribution curve, and we're going to include the percentages. So it's going to look something like this. Okay, I'm kind of putting it there at the bottom so that you can see. So here's our normal distribution curve. Each one of those lines represents a standard deviation mark. Okay, and as we maybe move a little farther along in this unit, we're going to look at how they represent z-scores, but we're going to get into that a little bit later on. We need to put our data points on each one of these pieces. Okay, so step 2 is labeling the deviation marks from the middle outward. The middle is our mean, and that's 4.5 years. So whatever our mean is, we put that on that middle mark, okay, and that's going to be our kind of the reference that we're going to start off. Then let's go up. So let's add a standard deviation mark or standard deviation to each one of those, and we're going to get 6 years, 7.5, and 9. Okay, these are all going up by 1.5 years in each case. Same thing on the way down, but now we subtract, so we get 3, 1.5, and 0. Okay, now this might be a little bit inaccurate because there is a percentage below 0, but we're just going to leave that out for the time being. The question asks, so this is how we go through that. Now, the question asks, what percentages of the cows are older than 6 years old? And so what we're going to do is determine the sections that are above the 6-year mark. That is this grouping right there. Okay, everything from 6 years and up. That's 3 sections that we have to include there. And we add all the percentages up, and that's going to give us a total of 16%. So 16% of the cows are older than 6 years old. Now, part 2, D. A salesperson is looking over cows between the ages of 1.5 and 6 years old. How many cows does Hector have? Now you'll notice that it says how many. That means we have to have an actual number of cows, not just a percentage. But we need to use the percentage to do that. So let's determine the sections between 1.5 and 6, and that's these 3 sections here. We add them all up, and we're going to get 81.5% of the cows are going to be within that range. And then multiply that percentage by 150, and it's going to tell us that there's 122 cows, okay, that are between the ages of 1.5 and 6 years. Now, this is an actual number, not just a percentage. It's an actual number of cows that are going to be between there. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. All right. And last section that we have to take a look at is how many of the cows would be younger than 1.5 years. Well, same kind of thing. Figure out the percentage that's in between these two sections, and that's going to be 2.5%. Then we multiply that by 150 again, and that will be 3.75, or about 4 cows that are younger than 1.5 years old. Figure out which categories it is. Okay, add up the percentages in between those categories, and then you can use that percentage to find how many, or if it just asks for the chance, well, that's asking for the percentage of in total, so we don't have to find the number. I hope this has helped you out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful rest of the day.